I'm Della Cruz. Thank you very much for joining us. My guest today is an educator at 13th Avenue School in Newark. Jaleel Ritchwood Jordan is also a community activist. He's an author, vocal, and performing artist as well. Jaleel's debut single is called Blamin' Me. It features rapper Pineapple City, also of Newark.
Swallowed my pride just to please you. How could you blame me? I need you. Why you always gotta blame me? Steady play with me. Oh, baby, please. Swallowed my pride just to please you. How could you blame me? Without all these extra repercussions, I'm not your past. Our love won't last. Our love will flash in an instant. Lately I've been feeling distant. Never kiss you on your lips, and just the feeling of your kisses, just the smearing of your lipstick. Blame me, can't be blamed. Why you always blame me? The games you see, keep blaming me. All I had was to give. All you did was receive. Blaming me. Why you always blaming me? Keep blaming me. Why you always gotta blame me? Why you always blaming me? Oh, keep blaming me. Steady, 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 steady.
And welcome to Spotlight, New Jersey. So good to have you here, Jaleel.
Hi, Ms. Della.
I love the way he calls me Ms. Della.
Pleasure. I'm honored to be here. I'm ecstatic to be here. I'm just, I
could tell that when we talked on the phone.
I know. I'm a talker. I'm a
Good.
lover.
That's what we want on this show. So tell me all about this single. Where did it come from?
Blamin' Me is a song that came about as a result of a failed relationship that I was in.
I'm sorry.
I was married very early in age. Right after college, I got married at the age of 22, around 22, 23. And that came with a bunch of some hardships. It came with a lot of love, or what I thought was love, you know, being very young, you know what I'm saying, the ins and outs of a relationship. But then as time went on and as I continued to grow and evolve as a person, you know what I'm saying, different things, you know what I'm saying, kind of just strayed, and a lot of turmoil came as of, you know, out of that relationship.
Exactly,
you know, I even
exactly.
had a bout with, you know, going to jail and different things, you know, for things that I wasn't even at fault at, things that could have risked my career, things that could have landed, you know, my education career, you know what I'm saying? So just a bunch of things that I've endured in that relationship, and I just kept getting blanked for things of, you know, things that I wasn't even doing or whatnot as a result of some of the things that that person was doing, and I just kept getting blanked for things. So Blame Me came as about of that, and when I finally got out of that relationship, I said, let me put it all into the music. And I put it all into the music. I came up and I met a group of talented producers, a talented group of writers, you know, people from Newark, or like that. I believe in, you know, we all, you know, help each other.
Exactly. There's a lot of talent there in the big city.
It is. Shout out to, you know, Mike.
Lots of people you want to name?
Lots of people that I want to name that I can't name right now. But Mike, who, you know, created the song for me, who also helped to write it. Pineapple City, shout out to her.
How did you and Pineapple City get together?
Me and Pineapple City, whose real name is Brittany Dickinson. I'm sorry if I'm giving you up, Britt. I'm sorry. But we met actually years ago at the New Hope Baptist Church in Newark. Yeah. And we were a part of a community choir that they were putting together at that time. And we met, and we actually started dating for a while. We dated in our young years or whatnot like that. And as time went on, we just continued to, you know, just be there for each other, support each other. And when I realized that she was rapping, I didn't even know she was rapping. And then when I realized she was rapping and I heard the things that she was putting out, and I saw all the positivity that she was putting out and how hard she was going for her state and for her city, I said, you know, we have to do something. And she was just creating big waves all over the internet, all over social media. And I said, I need you to get on this track. And I reached out to her, and she said, for you, anything. And we made it happen.
And when did you find out you could sing?
Oh, This has been something that was a part of me ever since I was 4 years old. My grandmother, Barbara Richwood Hill, shout out to my grandmother. I love you so, so, so much. My grandmother, Barbara Richwood Hill, she is the matriarch of our family, but she is where it started. She had 10 kids, and my father being number 9. They were all singers. They were all in the music field. Some way played an instrument, or they all sung, and she had them all singing while she played the piano. She was one of New Jersey's finest, Newark's finest, one of the best organists ever. And she played a lot for Wiggum's Funeral Home, Perry's Funeral Home, and she had her kids traveling with her everywhere she went, singing all these gospel songs all throughout Montclair and all throughout New Jersey. They were called the Richwood Singers. And
this is the lovely family you speak of that you sent pictures of as well. We might as well run those pictures while he talks about his family.
Come on. This is my family. I love them to death. But it all came about from my grandmother and my grandfather, Reverend Robert Jordan of Jersey City. You know, they saw this talent and they saw this love of God, you know what I'm saying, within their children, and they wanted to hone in on those gifts or whatnot, and they tutored them and they worked with them right there in the home or whatnot. And a lot of them didn't continue to go on the field or whatnot like that, but I was the grandson that, when we realized could sing, I was the one that she would say, okay, I'm going to work with you as much as I could, laying bricks on my stomach while rehearsing.
Is that your grandmother?
That's my grandmother. That is my heart.
Tell me about all these pictures.
That is the queen. That is my grandfather, Reverend Robert Jordan of Jersey City, the Jordan family. Shout out to the Jordans of Jersey City. That is my dad, Randy Richwood Jordan, entertainer extraordinaire himself. These are my paternal siblings on my dad's side, Kiara, Kai, and Sahai. That is my lovely, lovely stepdaughter, Enijah Simmons. Those are both of my parents, mom and dad, at my book signing a couple of years ago. That is my sister on my mom's side, Brianna. Hi, Bree. That is my stepson, Jeremiah, whom I love so much. Hi, Stinky Man.
That's so cute.
Yeah.
And back to Grandmama.
And back to Grandma, where it all began.
You talked about a book.
Yes.
You are an author. Tell me about this book.
My book, Through My Eyes. It's a motivational book that I came up with, and it came to me while I was in college. And I came up with it because everybody on my college campus called me Preacher Ja. Everybody just always came to me for all the advice, or I was the talkative one, or the one that was the, I'll guess say, the most level-headed one in those days to kind of keep everybody on track. So everybody came to me for advice, no matter how stern I was or how tough. Everybody just knew they were going to get some type of positivity from me. And one day I said, I'm tired of talking. You guys are going to do what you want to do anyway. I'm tired of talking to you guys and always, you know, and you guys go out and don't listen to me anyway. I said, so I'm going to put it in a book, and you guys can keep it next to your nightstands or whatever, keep it in your pocketbooks and your book bags or whatever, and you can take it out, and I'm going to talk on a bunch of different topics, and these are going to be the tools that I use to kind of overcome, and you can use them as need be. And that's how the book came about. So I just came up with a bunch of different topics. Communicating while casual dating, love, having an education. And these are the things that I talked about in the book, and just all things of learning how to turn negatives into positives and learning how to overcome. And that's how that came about. And more so for a lot of young people and young adults in our youth and inner city communities, a lot of times that they don't know how to overcome or get through some of the circumstances that they face or whatnot. So this book is just to say, I'm a kid right from Newark too. I'm here right from where you are, and look, I'm doing some wonderful, great things, and all it is about giving back, and it's about changing your mindset to get the things that you want out of this life.
Why is that so important to you, to elevate the kids of Newark and give back the way you do?
Because our children see so much. They see so much, and not so much of the good things all the time. We don't have a lot of people pouring into our kids, and as a result, we see that even in education, me being an educator at 13th Avenue School, shout out to 13th Avenue, the Panthers, we see so much, and a lot is not poured into our children. A lot of times people are complaining about our children, but no one is taking out the time to really elevate or to pour into them. So it's so important that I do this because I'm a product. I'm a product of Newark. I'm a product of that community, and I was in the same seats and the same chairs as they were, and it took some wonderful, wonderful people that looked like me that poured into me and said, you're awesome, you're great, and you're going to do great things. And those were the things, and those were the words that stuck with me, and that's why I do the things that I do now, because even if I can't, you know what I'm saying, bridge the gap, or if I can't do so much, my thing is always, if I cannot help someone, why hurt them?
Exactly.
So I give so much love as I possibly can. And if I can't do anything, I try to find the resources to help these people and to help these children.
And I do want to talk more about those children when we come back here on Spotlight New Jersey, those students that you do teach in the classroom. More with Jaleel in just a moment. Stay with us.
All our sins and grief to bear. A privilege to carry everything to God in prayer.
Jaleel Ritchwood Jordan of Newark is my guest today. He is singing there with the Newark Symphony Hall Gospel Chorale.
Yes,
and
yes.
the one and only Melba Moore, who was on my show years ago. The woman can sing.
Flat out.
How was that
out.
performing with her?
That was amazing, and I'm just so glad to be in a position of being a light to where that I am meeting so many greats, so many legendary people. Melba Moore, Tony Award winning, like
Yes.
come on.
Let's talk about all these celebrities you have worked with, met. Go ahead.
Starting off, I have celebrities right in my family. We're starting off with my grandmother, Barbara Richwood Hill.
We do know that.
My dad, Randy
Valerie
Richwood.
Simpson?
No, that's not Valerie Simpson. That is Allison Williams, or what like that, an R&B
There's
singer
Valerie.
from the 80s and 90s. That's Miss Valerie Simpson, legendary Ashford and Simpson.
You sang the national
I
anthem?
sang the national anthem for Mayor Raj J. Baraka last year at NJ Pact.
Melba Moore.
Melba Moore, of course.
who's this?
And also, that is Miss Cheryl Pepsi Riley from the Tyler Perry stage plays. And that is also me and Mona Scott Young, who is the creator of the Love and Hip Hop franchise.
What have you learned from all these celebrities?
To just keep going, to just keep going. Even when you doubt yourself, to just keep going. And there's been many of times where I said, you know, I'm 27 now, and that's still young. But I've been in this game for a long, long time. And many times I stopped, I gave up, I went to school, I've been in a relationship, I've gotten married, been, you know, gotten out of a marriage.
Right.
And, you know,
Speaking of school, we have to talk about your students.
okay, come
They
on, let's talk
inspire
about
you so
them.
much.
My
You
babies.
have pictures of them. Go ahead and talk
my
about your babies.
My babies. They're awesome. I've been in education for about 6 years now. Even before I went to college, you know, I've been dipping, dabbling in education, and, you know, it was just always a passion of mine. Ever since I was a young kid, I said if I wasn't an entertainer, if I wasn't singing, the next best thing for me was to be in education. And once again, it goes back to all the wonderful people that helped to mold me into the person that I am. But my baby's at 13th Avenue. I teach 5th and 6th grade special needs kids, along with my co-teacher, Miss Seward Smith, Robin Seward Smith. Hi, Miss Smith. And we teach some of the most brilliant kids ever. They have autism or whatnot, but they are so funny. They're so fantastic. And
What do you learn from these kids?
What do I learn?
Yeah.
The same that I learned from these artists and, you know, everybody else that pours in, to keep going. These kids more so tell me to keep going because the drive that they have to learn each and every day. And these are special needs kids, autistic kids, and every single day their willingness to come in to learn something, especially from me. And I'm a little stern. I think that I'm stern or whatnot. And
When you say stern, what do you mean by that?
because I don't allow kids to beat up on themselves. I don't allow it. I don't agree with it. I believe
You
that
just don't like the
everyone-
negativity.
I don't like the negativity, and I don't believe in handicaps. I don't believe in labeling children with handicaps, and we all have disabilities or certain functions that, you know, make us perform differently. But I still believe that if you have a brain, you have a mind, you know what I'm saying, and you still have the willingness to get up every single day, you still have purpose. So I don't let these kids to allow their circumstances, or because they've been labeled, they have an IEP that labels autistic or, you know, a behavioral issue, that they can't achieve. They very much still can achieve, or one like that. It just takes someone strong to really sit down to help mold them and to help bring out, you know, their gifts.
You also promote that message through your foundation. Victim to Victor. Tell me about that.
Victim to Victor. I came up with this nonprofit about a year and a half ago, and I was just getting sick and tired, and I don't know if that's okay for me to say, but I was getting sick and tired of a lot of the talk and the gibberish that goes on in our communities, of people saying they're unsatisfied with this and that goes on in our communities, especially our inner city communities. And Victim to Victor was a way for me to say, look, I can't do everything or whatnot. I don't have all the resources, but I can be that one person, instead of complaining, that goes out there and that can champion and go down to City Hall and that can reach out to the mayor and that can go and see what the people in the community are lacking and what it is that we need and try to give us and to gain the resources and the knowledge to pass it on. You know what I'm saying? To where, you know, the benefit is wonderful for all, you know, so that's why I go back into the community, and that's why I reach out, and that's why I help to feed the homeless or something like that, because it, you know, every single time that you give back and every single time, it does the heart good. It does the heart good to
I like
see.
the way you put that. It does the heart good.
It does the heart good to see
Yeah.
people in your community just to have a smile on their face just because you took out the time to just listen to them. Just because you took out the time to just say, hello, how's your day? And not looking at their circumstance, not looking at, you know, well, they don't dress like me. They don't talk like me.
You're looking at the individual, the heart of who that person is.
The heart of man.
Right.
And that's what counts.
That. The heart of man. As we go to break, let's listen to more of his video, Blaming Me.
Heavy breathing, I don't even. I am taking too deep, late nights, can't sleep. I see you in my dreams. Just wanna let you leave. You're making things hard for me. Do you have love for me? I can't. Why you always blame me? Little game juicy. Keep blaming me. All I had was to give. All you did was receive. Blaming me. Why you always blaming me? Keep blaming me. Why you always gotta blame me? Why you always blaming me? Oh, keep blaming me. Steady, 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 steady.
Blaming like I'm Akon, yeah. All I tried to get was phase on, yeah. Love, affection, and some brand names, see. I be looking at the grand scheme, yeah. White dress and the vows, yeah. Bunch of kids up on the couch, yeah. Told your mama I'ma put a ring on it. Had no money, but I put some bling on it. Now we fighting, fussing like we enemies. Striking, cussing, throwing centipedes. Now the love is lost and ain't no chemistry. Now it's done and we ain't got the energy. Talk to God and focus on the enemy. Searching for some inner peace. Yeah. Thoughts circle like Alexa do. You say it's good for me like my vegetables, yeah.
Blaming me. Why you always blaming me? Keep blaming me. Why you always gotta blame me? Why you always blaming me? Oh, keep blaming me. Steady, 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 steady. Blaming me.
We are putting a spotlight on Jaleel Ritchwood Jordan of Newark, and there are two strong, lovely women in your life you want to give a shout out to.
Yes, my stepmother, who's also like an assistant to me. She's awesome. She's been around me forever. That's what I'm just going to say, forever. Sharice McGrady Tosin, or Sharice McGrady, or whatever like that. Shout out to her. I love you oh so much. And to my baby, Jamie Daniels. You're awesome. You're incredible. And I thank you for being in my life.
You and Sharice work together on your nonprofit, Victim to Victor. What should people know about it?
She's around all the time, so she helps me with whatever I do. That's just stepmom of the year, stepmom of the century. So she's always a part of everything that I do. Ever since she came into my life, she's always just been an advocate for everything that I do or that I set out for.
She sounds like a fantastic lady.
She is. She's an awesome
lovely. She's
woman.
here in studio,
She's
by the way.
an awesome woman or whatnot like that. You know, she keeps us all sane or whatnot like that. But she's been that go-to person for me ever since I've been in college. And even to this day, as a 27-year-old grown man, she's still that person that kind of keeps me sane if I'm going through something. She's still that person that I'll call, you know what I'm saying, and, you know, kind of get back level-headed and back on the ground. Even if I need to get away for a minute, I'm just like, come and get me. I'm losing my mind. And she's that person to kind of bring it all back.
Exactly. We
So
all need
she's
that center.
that spiritual, scent person for me, I think.
I love it. Thank you so much, Jaleel. It's been a pleasure talking with you. And you can find out more about today's program on News12.com. Click on Top Stories, select Features from the drop-down menu, then scroll down to Spotlight New Jersey. This show will also be posted on my Facebook page for all to watch and enjoy. Have a good weekend.